Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to be looking at double-decker marriage and its legal implications. Yes, double-decker marriage and its legal implications. What is double-decker marriage? Simply put, double-decker marriage is a situation where the same parties to a marriage under custom proceeds to the marriage registry or to the church to contract a subsequent marriage under the act. So the same parties marrying under custom and also marrying under the act. That is the simple definition of double-decker marriage. Now, having said that, it is important to note that even though the law permits parties to the same parties to marry under custom and later proceed to marry under the act, it is a criminal offense for the same parties to marry under the act and later proceed to marry under custom. That is punishable with 5 years imprisonment according to section 47 of the Marriage Act. Having said that, let's dig proper into today's topic. Marriage under custom is regulated by custom, while marriage under the Act is regulated by the Marriage Act, Matrimonial Causes Act, and other relevant laws. Marriage under custom is radically different from marriage under the Act because while marriage under custom has its own rights, the rights that comes with marriage under the Act are quite different. For example, under custom, a man is permitted to marry many wives as possible, while under the Act it is one man, one woman. Under custom, a woman cannot inherit the properties of her husband, but under the Act that is possible. So where the same parties contract marriage under custom and later proceed to marry under the Act, what happens? How do we reconcile these differences? That is what I'm going to be discussing extensively in this video. First thing first, by the decision of the courts in Jadesimi and Okotie Ebo, the Supreme Court held that a subsequent statutory marriage does not nullify or invalidate a previous customary marriage, that it merely supplements it, and that the parties to that marriage cannot, during the subsistence of a statutory marriage, go back to marry another person. Therefore, the subsequent polygamous marriage is converted to a monogamous marriage by going through the marriage under the Act. That being said, we might think that the Supreme Court has resolved this conflict, but they created more problem than we think. Now, does it mean that the rights under customary law are binding while the rights under the Act are binding on the same parties? The court answered this question in the case of Odibo and Nweke, where the court held that the two marriage, that is marriage under custom and marriage under the Act, cannot coexist. The court held that the two marriages cannot coexist, and marriage under custom cannot create one legal right, and marriage under the Act creates another legal right in respect of the same parties. That the subsequent marriage under the Act has nullified the marriage under custom. That is the decision of the court in Odibo and Nweke. If you have gotten value so far, if you like what you are watching and you want to get more of this content, kindly hit the subscribe button, like this video, and don't forget to share it. Let us proceed. So the court held in Odibo and Nweke that a subsequent marriage under the Act will invalidate marriage under custom. Now the question now is, where the marriage under the Act is dissolved, does the first marriage under custom get dissolved as well? Is the marriage dissolved? This question was answered in the case of Teriba and Teriba, where the court held that where a statutory marriage, a subsequent statutory marriage is dissolved, and that marriage is between the same parties, that the first customary law marriage is also dissolved, because by going through a subsequent statutory marriage, that subsequent statutory marriage has converted the first customary law marriage into a statutory marriage. And once the statutory marriage is dissolved, a customary law marriage cannot revive. It cannot revive. That means the customary law marriage dies, dissolves with the subsequent statutory marriage. That is the case. That's the decision of the court in Teriba and Teriba. Now, having said that, we might think that is the end. But there was another decision in Afone and Afone, where the court held that where the same parties contract the same marriage, they contract marriage under custom and also contract marriage under the Act, and they want to dissolve, that it is very important for them to specify which marriage they want to dissolve, whether it is the one under custom or the one under the Act. Afone and Afone. In Ohochukwu and Ohochukwu, the court held that where the same parties contract marriage under custom and also contract marriage under the Act, that the High Court only has jurisdiction to dissolve the marriage under the Act, because High Court does not have jurisdiction to dissolve marriage under custom. So going by decision of the court in Ohochukwu and Ohochukwu, it means that where the statutory marriage is dissolved, the customary law marriage is still subsisting. Now, does it mean that where a statutory marriage has been dissolved and the person go ahead to marry, will he be guilty of bigamy? I don't think it is. But the proper way to dissolve a customary law marriage is for the bride price to be returned. Yes, so even where you have dissolved your statutory marriage in court, it is important that you return the bride price so as to avoid stories that touches in future. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and you want more of it, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share with your family and friends. Let them learn. Thank you.